Today we'll be covering arithmetic operations, in particular addition. And we will be doing it with ones digits, tens digits, and hundreds digits. Now to begin, what is addition? All it is taking two different numbers and making it into one bigger number. So to begin with, we will write down the symbol to identify it is a plus sign between two numbers. So we'll start with 3 plus 2 equals something. So for 3, we will visually represent it with 3 circles, 1, 2, and 3. And then we are adding it with 2 circles, 1, 2. So then we think of it like 2 different boxes, and we want to make it into one box, into one big box. So we take the first 3 numbers, or first 3 circles in particular, 1, 2, 3. So we get the first 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we'll also add the next 2, 4 and 5. And then that makes 4 and 5. So we have added all 5 of these circles into this box. And the answer will end up being 5. And the reason for that is because we made 2 separate numbers into one number. It's just a bigger version, a bigger number of the previous 2. It's combining them, or in other words, merging. And that's how you would approach it with single digits. Now we will move on to double digits. Now for this, we will be isolating it by every single digit. So we'll begin with the numbers 13 and 18. So we'll begin with the first digit on the farthest right, otherwise the ones digits. We'll start with 8 and 3. So we get 8 plus 3. Oh, hang on, that's a bad line. Plus 3 equals 11. So how would we put that in? We would only put the ones digit as part of the answer, and we'd hold on to the next one because that goes into the tens digits. So we put that on a placeholder. So that we'll keep that underlined in red because that's in tens. And then we now have the tens that we have to do, and we get 1 plus 1 plus 1 because of this one up here equals 3, and now we get 31 as our final answer. And that is the answer. So all we're doing is the same thing as earlier with the ones digits, but we're doing it for every single digit, which is rinse and repeat. Now, what we could do is apply the same logic to the hundreds digits. So any number in the hundreds, we can apply the same logic. So 137 plus 340, 44. So we'll isolate each one once again. 7 plus 4 equals 11. So we only keep the ones, 1 right here. And the 10 digit goes under a placeholder. So 1 and 4 and 3. So I highlight everything in the 10 digits. So we get 3 plus 4 plus 1 equals 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 1 equals 8. And we get 8. And then we move on to the next digit. There's nothing here, down here, so we leave it as 0. There's nothing there. And we do the 3 in here and the 1 here. And then 3 plus 1 equals 4. So the answer is going to end up being 481. And another way to visualize this is through counting. So we'll go back to the ones digits. 3 plus 4. Now, if you were to count, you'd be going 4 to the next number. So we start at 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 1 time, 5, 2 times, 6, 3 times, and 7. That makes 4. So the end answer will end up being 4, or not 4, 7. Because we started at 3, we moved over 1 time, we moved over another time, making that 2 times, then we moved over once more, 3, and this makes 4. So now we get the end answer as 7. Another thing to consider as well is adding by 0. And for this, we'll visually represent it with 4 plus 0. Now, some might question, how do you add by nothing? That's the thing, you don't. So for 4, you get 4 circles, or let's say x's. 4 x's. 1, 2, 3, and 4, plus nothing? There's nothing. So what happens for the answer? The answer is that since nothing changes, the answer is the same thing. You started at 4 and you will also end at 4. Now the same thing would apply for the tens digits if you added a 1 on both sides. The answer wouldn't be 4, it would just be for that digit. So we get 14 plus 10. Now for that digit, 4 plus 0 equals 4, so that stays the same. What about the ones? I'll highlight it right here, or underline it here. So then we get 1 plus 1 equals 2. And the answer will end up being 24. So when you're adding by 0, the answer will stay the same as whatever number is being added to it, or whatever's with the plus sign and the other number is. As long as it's not 0. If the answer is 0, well, that's like adding nothing to nothing. Because when you add 0 to 0, you're adding nothing to nothing, which, I mean, it's still nothing. There's nothing there. When you add something to nothing, you get that something, in other words, that 1. In this case, it'll be 1 because I did note it as 1, but it could also be 3, 4, 5. It's the same thing. And just now, we have just covered within arithmetic operations how to add using 1 digits, double digits, and triple digits. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.